What is love bombing? Love bombing is a manipulative practice noticed in certain relationships where one person showers the other with excessive affection, attention, and flattery to acquire control or influence. This conduct begins with a strong display of affection, employing large gestures, constant communication, and attention on the other person's needs. The idea is to develop a sense of dependency and emotional attachment. However, the love bomber often has hidden objectives and may strive to manipulate, control, or abuse the other person's emotions, vulnerabilities, or resources. Once trust and emotional dependency are built, the love bomber's conduct might alter dramatically, becoming controlling, demanding, or emotionally abusive. It's vital to separate love bombing from real demonstrations of devotion, as not all extreme expressions of love are manipulative. Love bombing explicitly refers to a manipulative strategy to obtain power and influence over someone's emotions. Some people have varied definitions of love bombing. While some start new partnerships with caution, others plunge in quickly. A fast-moving relationship can be exhilarating and passionate. Love bombing is a form of emotional manipulation used to gain power over a person by showering them with what appears to be tons of affection and attention. Love bombing is a sort of emotional abuse where someone uses grand gestures to manipulate another person. The word applies to troublesome habits frequently encountered in love relationships, sometimes promoted in entertainment media as a good thing. Signs of love bombing might vary, but here are some frequent indicators to watch out for. 1. Excessive affection and attention. Love bombers prefer to lavish their targets with an overwhelming amount of affection, attention, and compliments right from the beginning of the relationship. 2. Rapid progression. The relationship may advance at an abnormally fast speed, with confessions of love and commitment coming early on. The love bomber may try to develop a deep emotional bond rapidly, disregarding the normal process of getting to know each other. 3. Intense focus on the target. The love bomber may become extremely engaged in the target's life, ideas, and feelings, desiring to be involved in every element and monopolizing their time and attention. 4. Pushing boundaries. Love bombers often violate personal boundaries and may pressure the target into spending excessive amounts of time together, sharing personal information, or engaging in activities they are not comfortable with. 5. Isolation from others. They may attempt to separate the target from their friends and family, creating a dependency on the love bomber and minimizing outside influences that could potentially interfere with their control. 6. Manipulative behavior. Love bombers use manipulation tactics to keep the subject under their grip. This can include gaslighting, emotional blackmail, or guilt-tripping to ensure the target remains docile and reliant. 7. Drastic mood swings. Love bombers may demonstrate inconsistent behavior, alternating between excessive affection and wrath or retreat. This emotional roller coaster keeps the victim off balance and more open to manipulation. 8. Excessive gift-giving. Love bombers often use lavish presents or gestures to create a sense of indebtedness or duty in the target. These gifts may be used as a technique to influence emotions and maintain control. 9. Overwhelming presence. Love bombers may frequently message, phone, or demand attention from the target, making it difficult for the target to have personal space or time for themselves. 10. Lack of respect for boundaries. Love bombers often neglect the target's boundaries and needs, emphasizing their own desires and influencing the victim into complying with their wishes. How to spot love bombing. They give you continuous accolades. The relationship feels strong and imbalanced. They lavish you with over-the-top gestures. They say exactly what you want to hear. They use terminology like soulmate a lot. They press for commitment early in the relationship. They become irritated with boundaries. They're very needy. How a partner's behavior makes you feel. How much love bombing harmful? Love bombing is an indication of an unstable relationship since the conduct is manipulative and can be emotionally abusive. Love bombing is typically a domestic abuse practice used to gaslight someone so a partner can isolate and control them. In turn, the person experiencing love bombing will likely battle with their mental health and become stuck in an unpleasant, abusive relationship. As love bombing proceeds, the emotional assault can worsen and become violent. Love bombing is often part of a narcissistic abuse cycle, which includes 1. Idealization. your partner lavishes you with gifts and affection early in a relationship. You may feel like you're in a whirlwind romance or other intense, loving relationship. This person frequently tells you how much they love you and envisions a future with you. They are also in constant communication and become intensely interested in what you do and have to say. 2. Devaluation. Those lavish actions and compliments can make you comfortable with the connection. Your companion may start to demand more of your attention or become upset if you don't spend all your time with them. If you second-guess your thoughts based on these red signals, your spouse may gaslight you or use physical aggression to intimidate you. 3. Discarding. When you understand your partner's conduct is toxic, you confront them and try to create limits. In retaliation, they refuse to compromise or blame you for their behavior. Your lover may suddenly quit the relationship, leaving you feeling like it was your fault. They may also promptly replace you with a new partner. What to do if you fear you're being love-bombed? If you believe you're being love-bombed, it's crucial to create clear and healthy limits. According to Spinelli, declining gifts, setting restrictions on time spent together, and replying to overwhelming texts at your own pace are all good places to start. You can also communicate firmly that you do not want to rush into things and walk away from the relationship if your requests are not respected, she says. Confiding in a support system might also be crucial. Friends, family members, support groups, and qualified therapists can help you understand what type of individual you're dealing with and how to effectively respond, Spirit says. If you think you're being love-bombed, focus on getting support for yourself, not the other person. Reasons why people love bombing. One study indicated that people with low levels of self-esteem and high degrees of narcissism engaged in interpersonal love bombing. Point 2. First, there's the kind of person who's really desperate for a relationship, observed Pierkowski. They're needy, depressed, and they're looking for someone to fill up their emptiness. These types of love bombs aren't necessarily harmless. They often build unhealthy ties to their romantic interests and can even turn into stalkers. While mistaken, their sentiments toward their partner tend to be somewhat sincere. The other form of love bomber is more sinister. These are the narcissist sociopath types, who deliberately engage in a strategy to control someone, stated Pierkowski. It's almost a conscious ploy to gain favor and power with a partner, regardless of how they truly feel about them. Dating this type of person rarely ends well. Love bombers often become furious or seem wounded when their spouse doesn't fully return their affection and attention, or challenges or opposes them. Eventually, these types of love bombers may lose interest in their relationship as soon as they fell in love in the first place. Even worse, they could become dominating, verbally aggressive, or even violent. Point 3. Love bombing versus loving relationships. Just as it's vital to know what love bombing looks like, it's also good to recognize when you're experiencing romantic love in a relationship. Romantic love refers to love that contains closeness and passion. Point 4. Part of learning what romantic love is recognizing what type of connection you have in general. A healthy relationship has the following qualities. 5. Communication about problems and opinions. Good boundary setting. Honesty. Equality with decisions and standards. Partnering economically and financially. Respect of opinions, feelings, wants, and personal freedom. Time for personal space. Trust in what partners say. Romantic love itself should also contain exchanges specifically between attraction, connection, respect, and trust. 6. Attraction. Physical and personality factors. Connection. A sense of oneness between couples in the form of companionship, friendship, and intimacy. Respect, admiration and appreciation for a partner. Trust. Partner reliability and dependability. Keeping these 4 qualities intact demands active effort from the partners concerned. Otherwise, romantic love cannot exist in the partnership. What to do? Love bombing isn't usually a symptom of emotional abuse or willful manipulation, said Pierkowski. Sometimes, it's simply a case of crossed signals and a little too much enthusiasm. The only way to find out is to have a real dialogue about what's upsetting you. You need to sit down together and say, "This is going too fast for me. I want to slow down," and then see how they react, said Pierkowski. Do they acknowledge your feelings and pay attention to them, or are they like a good salesperson who keeps talking you out of whatever objections you have to buying something? On the other hand, if you genuinely are feeling head over heels with a new relationship and you truly love the attention, enjoy it, cautiously, added Pierkowski. Some people do fall in love quickly, and those feelings in and of themselves are not bad, said Pierkowski. But you have to check those feelings against the reality of who this person really is. In other words, make sure you're both actually into each other, not just the idea of love. If you think someone is love bombing you, listen to your gut. Love bombing typically makes people initially question their genuine sentiments, and the relationship may feel awkward or overwhelming. Partners, family members, and friends should respect your boundaries when requested. If you believe you're being love bombed, you should confront them about their habits and consider setting boundaries. Working through love bombing tendencies and maintaining appropriate boundaries may take some time, but it can help restore a relationship. You may need to quit the connection if a spouse or friend reacts adversely to discussions about boundaries, refuses to change, or blames you for their conduct. It's never your fault when someone tries to emotionally influence you. If you need support navigating your feelings following emotional abuse or terminating a relationship, consulting a mental health professional can help. When you're in a relationship and feel like you may be getting love bombed, it's crucial to take time and analyze the facts you have before making a choice. Set aside time to examine if the relationship is a suitable fit for you. Create space. Setting solid limits so you have the required room to process things is vital. It's crucial that these boundaries are respected early on. If they are not, this could suggest their passionate words and acts are indeed love bombs. Take inventory of the relationship. Consider where you both come from, what you want, and how your relationship is progressing with regard to self-respect, outside interests, expectations in the partnership, communication, and other essential variables. Take things easy if these are disregarded or glossed over to ensure you feel assured about the person's intentions with you. Talk to an objective outsider. Talking to trustworthy friends or a therapist might be a helpful method to acquire an outside viewpoint. Family and friends can be biased, so evaluate who you talk to and if these people can do their best to be neutral. If not, talking to a therapist about what you're experiencing and sensing in this relationship might help you learn about healthy relationship and determine what you do and do not want in a relationship. How to recover from love bombing. Recovering from love bombing can be a tough process, but with time, self-reflection, and support, it is possible to heal and regain a sense of empowerment. Here are some methods to aid in your recovery. 1. Acknowledge and validate your experience. Recognize that you have been a victim of emotional manipulation and abuse. Validate your emotions and accept that what you went through was not your fault. 2. Seek support. Surround yourself with a supportive network of friends, family, or support groups who can provide empathy, understanding, and affirmation. 3. Establish no-touch or limited contact. If feasible, cut off contact with the love bomber. This includes disabling their phone number, email, and social media accounts. 4. Set boundaries and practice self-care. 5. Reflect and learn. Take time to reflect on the relationship and the patterns of manipulation you experienced. 6. Challenge negative self-talk. Love bombing can frequently leave you with emotions of self-doubt and low self-worth. Surround yourself with good influences that uplift and validate your self-worth. 7. Engage in therapy or support groups. Consider participating in therapy or support groups specifically aimed toward survivors of emotional abuse. 8. Take time for yourself. Give yourself permission to focus on your own healing process. 9. Embrace growth and rediscover yourself. Use this experience as an opportunity for personal growth and self-discovery. 10. Be patient and kind to yourself. Healing takes time, so be patient with yourself during the process. Final thoughts. Love bombing is rarely harmless or innocuous. Instead, it typically leads to complicated ramifications for you and your other relationships. Learning the warning signals and receiving help can make a significant impact in how you feel.